Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another Stormworks video and welcome to episode 25 of our Hardcore Career Mode series. In today's video, we're going to be starting off by fixing that strange tipping over issue that we had last episode. After we've done that, we'll then finish off the rest of the truck, spawn it in and go for a bit of a drive to make sure everything is working. But anyway guys, as always, I hope you'll enjoy. Let's get started. Alrighty, so here we are back in the workbench once again. Now, last episode, we actually had a problem with the truck which was causing it to tip over, and I believe that this part right here is the culprit. It is too heavy and it is too much on those pivots. So, what we're going to do to fix that is add a hardpoint connector on, just like we do with the cabin. So, I'm thinking we might break into the back here. Let's open up this little area, and we're going to grab some hardpoints out, some of these pieces, and we'll chuck one just here, turn it around like so. And then we'll go on the bottom of the actual bed itself. And is that the spot? No, one more back. That one there. Then we're going to grab one of these in that yellow, of course. Chuck it in there. Turn it around just like that. So that should fix that problem, hopefully. Let's grab a few more wedges. Turn these around like that. Or actually, what is the color of the top of that? Nothing, just white. Fair enough. All right, let's go white then. And we'll go along like so. Then we're going to need a couple of little 1x1s. Turn them around that way. And we're going to come along like that. Now that that issue is hopefully sorted, let's move down to the front here and get this drill working. So that is going to be the input for it there. So what we need to do, we actually need to come off the back of the engine. So if we just break in this little area here, let's go to pipes. So we're going to need one of these bad boys. We'll turn it around like that. Good stuff. Then we're going to need a clutch. So we'll grab one of these, chuck it on here. Very good. And then we're going to go straight over to that area. So let's go back to pipes actually. Grab one of these. We'll come around like that. Good stuff. Hopefully that's not going to be in the way of anything. That'll come around like so. It needs to come down that way. Very nice. And we'll grab it straight and join them together like so. Then we're going to come up in here. It's getting pretty tight, but that's fine. Nothing we can't handle. And we're actually going to chuck a gearbox in. Should we put it? Yeah. Oh, we can put... No, we'll put it on the top here. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. That one there. Good stuff. Gearbox. If I could spell gearbox. This one here, little 1x1. And we're going to chuck it on... I think that way, because we need to reduce the speed, don't we? Because these take quite a bit of power. So what if we just bring this down a whole bar, or 2.1, 9.5? Oh, we'll start with 9.5. We can always change it later on, I suppose. That'll be fine. Alrighty, now, I think what we're going to want to do is actually put another clutch in to disconnect the drivetrain altogether. So I think that is going to have to go for now. And, okay, this is a little bit confusing. I think we're going to come around like this. We're going to come along one more block like so. Then we're going to come back down. Okay. Come around like... How do I do this? Come around like that. Good. And we'll come back to the front. And we're going to chuck another clutch in right there. All right. I think that's necessary because when we push a button, we want all the drive to go straight to the drill and disconnect the drivetrain altogether. I think that is correct. And then we're also going to have... Because the way the controller works for the gearbox... This is always basing it off the torque coming out of this little thingamajiggy here. What even is this? Oh, yeah, the torque meter. So it's basing it off that. So, yeah, we need to change this completely as well, which I'll show you guys when I get it sorted. But, yeah, for now, we're going to leave that be. Now, the next thing I want to do while we're under here is actually put a high and low range gearbox in. So I think that one can go. And we're going to grab these two. So if we go like this, boom and boom. We're going to move them back one block, paste them, and merge that all together. Very good. Now, we need another gearbox in. We'll just go like this, I think, because we want to reduce the speed. So go like that. The first one could be 1-1, and the next one can be, what if we halve it? We'll go 2-1. I think that that's a pretty good idea. Let's just also change the color of these. Just a couple random colors. We'll go yellow on that one. Very nice. Okay, so I was actually going to do this off camera, but I think I'll actually do it with you guys so you understand what I'm trying to achieve here. So let's sort out the controls for all these clutches we've got going on. So I think we'll just put them on the outside of the cab for now. So let's go switch box. I think we're going to need two of these, I believe. I'm sort of making this up as we go. I sort of know what I want to achieve, so see how we go. Going to grab a couple of constant numbers. Yes. Turn this around like that. We're going to have 1 and 2. Very good. So basically from the clutch output over here, straight from the gearbox controller, it's going to come up here and into the off position. Yes, and this one to come from the on, and basically that is going to be number 1. So that way the clutch will always be activated when we hit this button, which we'll sort out a button in a moment. Then that is going to go straight over to the clutch like that. And then we're pretty much going to do the opposite for the one down here. So this will come up to this one, and when it's switched off, it's going to be on number 1. And when it's switched on, so we're going to need another one of these. We'll chuck that right there. boom. And when it's switched on, it is going to be number 0. So we got 1 on this one here, number 1, just to confirm that is on the off position. And when we turn it on, that is going to go back to 0. So it's going to disconnect the drivetrain completely, hopefully. So we got to connect up a toggle button to both of those, don't we? So we could probably go and do that now. I was just like, what the heck is this thing? But that's from our speedo, so we should probably put that in a different spot, actually. Let's drag that all the way back here. We'll just chuck it underneath the truck for now. That is fine, as long as it's not going to hit anything. Can't see that being a problem. We'll turn it around like so. Come over, and up 1 block. Should be fine. So we'll just paste that up in there, out of the way. Can I even get to that? No, I can't. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay, nice. Let's go back up into the cab. Now, I think just to keep things tidy, we might have all the drill controls up on the roof. So is that going to... No, okay, they're the wedges there. So this should be okay. We might put a throttle in here, and we might have a little toggle button to activate it up here next to it. So let's go toggle, grab one of these bad boys, and we'll turn it around like so. Get ourselves a throttle. Good stuff. And we'll turn that around like... Yeah, we'll go that way, I think, positive towards the front. Very nice. And what I want to do, let's go, this will be the drill clutch. And I might turn the sensitivity down a little bit. What if we go to 35? We'll see if that's any good. And then this will be drill activate, I suppose. Or drill on off. That's fine. And we're going to grab this one. That's going to go to both of those controllers over there. And this is going to go down to the clutch, which we had, which is that one back there. So that should work as is, I believe. I guess we're going to find out when we go to test it all, but for now, we're going to leave it just like that. Now, this speedo can go as well. We're going to grab another one of these instrument panels and chuck it in the front. Very good. Boop. So on this one, the first one is going to be our ore level. So this will be the ore in the back. I might make that a capital. Good stuff. 0, and that can display a maximum of 100. Should be fine on channel 1. And this will be the ore maximum. So the maximum capacity it can take there in the back. That doesn't matter what we do on there. And that can be number 2. And then I suppose underneath those two, we can have the bed raise / lower. And then underneath that, I suppose we can have the ore release. So that's all of the ore bits and pieces on the one display. So that's actually really good. So let's go toggle button on number 3. And ore release is also going to be a button, toggle on number 4. So obviously when we tip up the bed, that is going to release that hard point that we put in at the back there. So that's all good. Now what I want to do is add a reversing camera, which I don't exactly know where I want to put this. So I'm thinking we might actually get rid of this one. Let's go back to monitor. I might chuck a 1x2 for the map and put the reverse camera right here. I don't know. Is that fine? I'm pretty sure that'd be all right. And then can we actually put these? Oh, we can put them here. Okay, that's actually really handy. Good stuff. I don't think we're going to need that many, but we'll see how we go. Let's start with this for now. So I think on this little display piece here, we might actually have the winch in and out on this one. So winch in, and we'll have the winch out on number 3. So this will be winch out. Good stuff. On number 2, I reckon we could probably have our high and low range gearbox. That will change that there. And number 4, I suppose, could change our camera to infrared mode so we can see behind us a little bit better. So just like that, I suppose. So let's go button for that one on a toggle number 4. The winch out can actually be an arrow, I suppose. That can go facing down, and that is going to be... Should we leave it on a push? No, we'll go toggle just in case. Number 3, high and low range can actually be... What if we go flip switch one of these bad boys? I like that. And then number 1, winch in, is an arrow button pointing up on toggle. Nice. 1, 2, 3, and channel 4. And then the next display panel over here can actually be for all of our lights. So let's open up all of these. So let's start. The most important one is our headlights, just like that. Number 2 can be our spotlights. Nice. Number 3 can be our cab light or interior light, same sort of thing. I made a capital I there by accident. Light. And number 4 can be our work lights. This will be some lights on the side of the truck so we can see in the dark. So these will all be toggle buttons, I suppose. Number 4, number 3 on a toggle button, toggle. And the same for both of them. Toggle number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good. Now, the next thing we should probably do is add some sort of way to open up the cab. Now, I don't know exactly where I want to put this button, but what if we just chuck it? What if we put it on the driver's side? I guess probably isn't a bad spot. Should we put it over here? No, we'll put it up here, I reckon. What if we just go right there? That's a good spot as any. Toggle, we'll grab one of these and we'll just chuck it right there. And this will be cab tilt. Just like that. Very good. So that will have to go to a little controller and release the hard point as well. We can probably connect that one up now. So that will be release. Very good. one thing I did forget was to add the speed dial back in. So where on earth are we going to fit all of this? We've got a little bit of room up here. What if we put it up in the top here? Display. We'll just grab a digital display, I suppose. Why not? Turn that around like that. Will that be okay up there? I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe we should, just to keep it all even, we should go all the way along. Will that be okay? I'm sure that'd be fine. Can we change this so it shows no decibels? That would be better. Yeah, that's the one. Whereabouts did I put that controller? Should be back here somewhere. Is that it? That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. I guess we'll find out if it's not. And we've still got a few other things we need to do in this cab, like add some lights and a bed and whatnot. And also, I was thinking maybe a back window probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Should we add like a little porthole or something there? Why not? Porthole, grab one of these ones. Go up like that. Yes, sir. Good. Let's grab a bed next, and we'll chuck it right here. Yeah, should we go up one more like that, or is that going to be too high? I think we'll come down one. We'll go like that. That's fine, probably. And let's drag that across so it fills it in. Nice. I guess we'll just fill in that spot as well. It doesn't really matter. And let's have a hatch at the top in case something terrible happens and we can't use our doors to get out. This might save the series one day. Who knows? Let's go on the one side. Let's open up a little spot here. Good. All right, now can we actually even fit ladders in here? Even if we can't, we're going to put the hatch on anyway, just in case like we tip over or something. Now, can we... I don't think we can get... No, we can't. Oh, we can at the top there. I wonder if that's enough. I'm sure that will be enough to get out, hopefully. I guess we'll find out. Hatch, let's grab the locking one, I guess, and we'll chuck it right there. Good stuff. Nice. All right, like I said, that could actually save us one day. In case we break something and the doors don't work, then we can actually get out our hatch, which would be very handy. You just never know with this game, but anyway... So what we could probably do next is add some lights on the back, I suppose. So that way we can see when we're backing up. So let's go on both sides. We might just chuck some spotlights in here. Let's go spot, grab a couple of these bad boys. This will be our work lights at the back. Go boom, boom. We'll fix up paint afterwards, but let's just change the color of the actual bulbs themselves to a little bit darker. Something like that. That's probably a bit too... No, I'll be right. It should be fine. And we're also going to need some lights in the cab too before we forget. So how are we going to go about that without interrupting all of this? Should we just go back here? I think that'll be fine. Light. Grab a couple of these bad boys and we'll go around like so. Very nice. Now also we'll dim them quite a bit. That should be just fine. All right, so let's swing around this side. We're going to add a few ropes on the side underneath here. So let's just break away a little bit. So let's go rope. Going to grab a few of these bad boys just in case we ever need them. We'll turn them around like this. Actually, we'll make them in this dark color so that way they're painted on the inside in case we ever see that. 1, 2, 3. Should we go 4? It's probably not a bad idea. Something like that. Or what if we keep it even above the tanks there? So we just break this part. We go boom, and then we'll just put a little block in there. And I'm sure that that'll be fine. We're also going to need a few extra rope anchors. So let's go like this. And actually, we want them in this color, don't we? So let's just go... Oh, actually, they're right here. Good stuff. All right, now, whereabouts do we want to put them? I don't want to put them all over the truck where you can see them. So maybe we'll just put a few down in these kind of areas. So we'll go on both sides. Let's just go boom. Turn these around like so. Okay. Actually, I want to turn them around the other way. That way. There we go. So we've got a couple down there. We should probably we've got some at the back. Should we have a couple at the top just in case, actually? It's probably not a bad idea. What if we go there and there? You never know when we're going to need these things. Let's go in this color again. Why have they there? Turn these around that way. Good. Got a couple there and a couple there. I wonder if that'll be enough. We've got some at the front, some down the sides, some at the top, and some at the back. You know what? I'm actually sure that that'll be enough. If it's not, then we're going to be in trouble, but I think that'll be right. So the next thing I want to do is actually change the steering angle of these wheels. I think it's a little bit too steep. So what we might do, if we get a function block out, grab one of these and we'll hide it underneath here. We should probably get rid of these controls as well. They don't need to be there. I just put them there so I can show you guys what we were doing. Can we fit this in here? Yes, we can. Boom. And what if we divide it by maybe 2? X divided by 2. So we'll halve it completely. Is that going to be too much? I wonder. Hopefully not. And then we've got to plumb that in somehow. So that means we've got to get it from where all these are coming from. So that's going up there. So instead of going up there, that'll go to that one. Okay, what else is coming from the A and the D? Okay, lots of things. The 2 front wheels. So let's grab that one. Where's that going to? An inverter, yeah, right, okay. That's fine. So this one's going to go directly to the steering wheels themselves. Boom and boom. And where is this A and D coming from? Going straight down there. So that input will be coming from that one as well. Very good. And then that'll be coming straight from our seat on the A and the D. Hopefully I haven't mucked that up. It should be fine. Yeah, guess we'll find out. And the next thing I wanted to do is actually add some specialist equipment in. I don't know. We don't have a lot of room in here though, do we? What if we just go along this wall here? I'm sure that that'll be fine. Specialist, what have we got? So what if we just grab very basic stuff? We'll grab one of these. Probably a welder isn't a bad idea. What about a couple of welders? Maybe some first aid. And then we can have a defib at the top there. It's probably not a bad idea either. Just so we have a bit of basic equipment. Go boom, boom, boom. And then a defib. Where are you? One of these bad boys. Turn that around and we'll just go up the top there. I don't think we're going to need too much more, to be honest. I mean, a heater's not a bad idea either, actually. We could probably chuck one of those in. We just chuck it under the bed there. Why not? Turn that around like so. Boop. And we get a little toggle button. I guess why not? And we just chuck it on the floor here, right next to it. Very good. So that will just turn on the heater. Boop. Just like that. And we'll just name that heater. So what I'm going to do off camera, I'm going to fix everything up. I'm going to give all these spots a bit of a quick paint. I'm going to move all these controllers out of the way, connect up all the logics. I still haven't even got the parts for the map on yet, so I have to sort all that out. Yeah, look, there's paint everywhere, isn't there? Far out, man. Have to sort all that out. So yeah, I'll do all that. Then we'll spawn in and give everything a test and see if our drill's going to work. Alrighty, guys. So the moment of truth, will this all work? So I think the first thing we'll start with is the cab tilt. Oh, there it is there. Good stuff. Let's push the button. And up, very good. So let's actually see if we can get to the engine. If we can get up these ladders, there we go. So we can get up here if we ever need to, and looks like we can get over to here too. Very nice. Hopefully we don't have to do that, but the option is there, which is really good. We've got exhaust staying put, which is nice. Let's shut the cab up, and it should lock down. There it is. Awesome. So that works. Awesome. So we've got our little pumps over here too, which we will have to sort out at some point. Having a dial here to indicate the level wouldn't be a bad idea either, so maybe that's something we can look at. At the back of our ducts. Oh, I actually did forget to add the camera on, so we're going to test everything, then go and do that as well. Just so you all know, we've got our ropes on the side there. All good. So let's actually go ahead and jump inside. Boop. And I'll show you guys what we've done in here. We shut the door. So I've given this all a bit of a paint. Obviously, it's nothing special, but, you know, it's fine. Got our little window back there, our little hatch at the top. Nice. So let's quickly snooze and make it daytime, because it is starting to get a little bit dark, and I want to do this in the day. A little bit longer, boop, that'll be just fine. Oh, look at that, a lovely day. Awesome. So yeah, we've got our specialist equipment over there. We've got our bed. I don't know about that blue. I think that can probably change. Why is that? Is that a different color? I didn't mean to do that. We'll have to sort that out. That's fine. So let's jump in our seat. Is this all still turned on? Okay, it does seem to turn on. That's good. That will be our backup camera at some point. It doesn't work right now. We've got our map over here though, which does work. Very nice. Spotlights, headlights. Nice spotlights. Okay, so we jump out and see if they're all working? Yeah, we may as well. Headlights and spotlights. Yep, they're definitely working. Super bright. That's okay. Nice. We'll shut the door, turn both of them off. We've got our cab light, which is the two inside. And we've got our rear work lights just here. Awesome. So I suppose we're all good to go and test this. That will be for our camera as well, which, yeah, we'll sort that out. Anyway, let's raise the bed. Oh, did that work properly? Let's go and have a look. How high up? No. Something's jammed. What's going on here? Is this hitting on something? No, it's not. Oh, that's hitting on there. Okay, let's quickly go and sort that out. Jeez, that's a nice day here. How good's that? All right, nice. So let's go and try this again. Jump up. Jump in our seats. Good stuff. And raise lower bed. That's better. Look at that. Very good. So it is white underneath there, which, and there too, actually. Oh, well, we can maybe fix that up at some point, but for now, that is fine. So that works. That may be too high. It may not be high enough. And I'm pretty sure we might make it a little bit lower, actually, because I think that's going to be too high. And we want to be able to back right up to the trailer and that actually make it into the train. Unless we extend that by one block. When we make the train, we'll come back and actually do a test before we go and fill it with ore, I suppose, to make sure. But for now, that'll be just fine. So slow that back down, and it should lock into place. There it is. Good. Good, good, good. And that'll release the ore just there, which... Oh, so we've got 90 in there now. Okay, so that's actually working. Okay, right. We might just leave that. That's fine. All right, shut the door. Let's go for a drive. See if this thing still starts. Okay. Good, good, good. All right, let's go forward, I suppose. Here we go. Awesome. Alrighty. How's our steering since we've changed it. That's still sliding all over the place. That's fine. All right, whereabouts shall we park? Right here. Good stuff. So we put this in park. Now let's turn on our interior lights so we can see what we're doing. Cab light, okie dokie. So we're going to go all the way up here, don't we? So drill. Okay, now if we rev this thing right up for the trim, that'll hold our RPS right up there. And let's turn this on. Is that doing anything? Oh, yep. Okay, the engine is under load. Very good. All right, still under load. How high can we go? Okay, it's bogging down now. Go a little bit lower. Okay, it's holding it about there. Okay, let's go and see if the drill's actually spinning. And, oh, look at that. It is. Nice. So that should work then. I don't want to go too close to that, actually. I don't want to get killed. That's fine. Jeez, it's a mess under here, isn't it? But that is working. Very good. So everything seems to be working really well. Actually, I'm surprised. I am surprised. Let's jump back in our seat. So if we want to continue moving, we clutch down, throttle down, turn that off. Shut our doors, probably a good idea as well. Put this in drive, and we just go forward again. There we go. Look at that. That is awesome. All right, so before we go any further, let's go and sort out this reversing camera, I think. We're just going to park in here. Before we take it back, though, let's put it in park. Let's turn the wheels all the way one way and see how much they actually turn now. Open up that door. Where are we at? I think that's a little bit more reasonable, and we have the rear wheel steering. Very good. And just before we add that reverse camera on, I do actually want to sort out these hinges. I think I might just lower how much they turn ever so slightly. Is that the one there? That's it right there. Okay, 0.2. What if it goes 0.15? Would that be okay? Or is that going to be 0.50? Yeah, 15. That'll be fine. I think that'll be a little bit better. Nice. Anyway, let's add our reverse camera on, which is going to be on all the time, by the way, because I feel like it. So let's chuck it in right here. We're going to use the medium one, so that way we have the infrared mode. That'll be just fine. Do we need to connect it up to a bit of power? Yes, we do. Boop. Very good. So the video output from that will come all the way up to that little screen there. And there is an infrared mode somewhere here. Aha, that is it right there. Good stuff. So we'll drag that all the way back and plug it up to that one. One thing we forgot to do is connect up those lights back there. So from the headlights, whereabouts are they going from? There. So that'll go on with the front one. So we'll just go boom, boom, and boom, and boom. That should do it. Alrighty, so let's go for a bit of a test drive now for a few kilometers. Let's jump up and hopefully it doesn't overheat or anything funny like that. Boop, shut the door. I didn't check if that works. Actually, it looks like it does. Alright, so key on. Good stuff. Chuck it in drive and let's go. There's our little reverse camera. Let's test out infrared mode, which does work. Very nice. And those rear work lights, you can see the ground just lighting up there. Ready? Watch it. Yep, that works. Good stuff. Alright, so let's go for a quick little spin. Where should we go? Let's head down this way. Whee! Now, I don't think it should do that weird tipping over thing anymore since we fixed that bed at the back. Hopefully. The thing of hoppers. Now, how fast we're going? 124, 125. Nice. I think that is plenty fast enough. Actually, we need to test out the low-range gearbox, don't we? Where is the button for that? This one. All right, low range. Whoa, okay. I think that works. Let's come to a stop. Let all the gears go down. All right, so let's go forwards. Yep, it's definitely working. Okay, that looks like that's our top speed there. 67, 66. Okay, so just over 60 by the looks. Okay, that's good. Nice. Let's change it back into high range, though. We need to go a little bit faster for this. Woo! Hey! All right, fuel gauge is working. Battery, temperature, RPS. Nice. We do have our RPS there, like I showed you guys before, so that's handy. All right, I don't know where we're going to go exactly, but we'll just go for a little bit of a test to make sure everything's all good. Let's turn on our interior lights as well. All right, we should probably follow some kind of road, but that's fine. Oh, goodly. I don't want to drive too wild. I don't really want to tip over, but it seems to be handling pretty well, actually. Whoa! That's all good. We're fine. That's fine. We're all good. So, yeah, I couldn't hook up this gauge here because I don't actually know how much it can hold, so I might have to do a little calculation between videos and work that out. So, yeah, stay tuned for that one. That's fine. I don't know how much further I actually want to go, so maybe we'll turn around about here, I suppose. Whee! Let's come up and around. Here are those gears changing. Very nice. All right, let's head on back before anything terrible happens, before we push our luck. All right, so I can see our hangar just there. I just saw the top of our tilt rotor over that hill, so we are on the right path home. One thing we do need to test is if we actually use that hatch up there or not. So we'll go and park up here, then we'll try that. Okay, do not hit those lights or those signs, whatever they are. Let's go around and aim for the tilt rotor instead, and we'll try and pull up right next to it. So everything is working pretty well. If any of you guys have any suggestions for the truck to make it a little bit better, then feel free to let me know down below, or anything that I've missed. Hopefully it's all good though, should be fine. We've got to test that heater also. Let's come in for a stop in a moment, doing 126 kilometers an hour, and temperature's at 36. And stop. Very good, nice. So we just let that cool down for a quick moment. So let's test that heater out. Yep, it works. No problems there. All right, open up that hatch. Can we? Oh, we can use these. Okay, so we can't actually get stuck in here now, which is good. So we can jump right out if need be. Okay, that's actually really handy. Nice, let's shut that one up for now. So everything seems to be pretty good. I'm very happy with this. I like that. Very good way of getting to the engine. Very nice. Okay, let's shut that back up though. And back down it goes. Awesome, let's jump back in, turn the truck off. Boop, goodbye, sir. Turn the cab lights off. Very good, let's jump on out and shut the door. But anyway, guys, that is going to do us for today. If any of you guys have any suggestions, like I said before, then feel free to let me know down below, or anything that I've missed. Next episode, we're actually going to start building our train, so that should be pretty good. So I suppose we're going to have to head over and buy the train yard. $60,000, so we should have plenty of money for that. But anyway, guys, for now, I'd like to say thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one.